Okay, so I guess I'm trying to figure this out. This is way out of my element here. Hope everyone is doing well. Um, I wanted to come on and do a live video because I have not been live. I checked my channel. I have not been live in a year, and that is crazy. So I wanted to do some messages for all the signs. Um, Starting with the sign of Libra. Let's see what comes out for you fine folks. Hello, Grace. What are the messages for the sign of Libra? I feel like for some of you guys, you feel defeated when it comes to a certain situation. I think there's been a lot of fighting, a lot of like back and forth. You kind of feel like you're stuck in a certain scenario. You're not really sure how this is going to end, how this is really going to go. I think that the person you're dealing with is just so stuck in their ways and very not willing to take anyone else's perspective or opinion into consideration. So you just feel like you're emotionally done, you're emotionally checked out, and I feel like you want this to be over, that maybe there is some kind of soul tie here, but for some of you guys, I think that you're doing a pretty good job of navigating this, and I feel like this will move forward. It's just going to move forward really slowly, and I think that there are emotions at play, but a part of you is leaving a certain scenario and going into something new, which I think is probably the best option. Some of you guys could be texting someone. Some of you guys could be going out and drinking wine. Someone feels very impressed with you. They feel like you're very friendly. You kind of have this incredible personality. Um, you're just really fun to be around. Virgo is my next victim. Let's see what the messages are for the sign of Virgo. Some of you guys could be in your Saturn return if that's relevant to your scenario or not. Some of you guys have caught feelings for someone who you see as very charming. Some of you guys could be going on a coffee date, or they're saying, go get that massage, go get that coffee that you like. I think that this could be a work thing for some of you guys. You're kind of networking, you're kind of putting yourself out there. Maybe there's a work event that's coming up. I think that some of you guys have spent a really long time in this energy. It could have something to do with siblings, sister for some of you. I see a birthday as relevant, something to do with, I think it's a lot of unprocessed emotions, could be childhood wounds for some of you guys. I think that a part of you wants to go into this new endeavor, but you're not really sure how that would go for you. Some of you guys could be dealing with someone who is very logical. And well, that's not always a bad thing. You guys have spent a lot of time and effort on this, and you feel like this person could be lying about something. Um, I think that some of you guys think there may be someone else involved. Some of you guys, there's a situation where there could have been a child with someone else or something along that lines. I feel like there's a level of understanding that's here for you, but there's also a need to kind of let go of old wounds, because I think that's kind of clouding your judgment for a new scenario. Some of you guys is saying go back to school, get this, do this trade program, start networking more, because you have, I think, people that want to work with you, maybe they're not really sure how. Um, Next we have Leo. Messages for the sign of Leo. Some of you guys could be dealing with an earth sign. Some of you guys, there's some kind of loss here, some kind of regret that you have when it comes to maybe a situation where you didn't give this person as much as they gave you, or you feel like slighted in a way. Some of you guys feel like, you're the whole package, but you keep getting this energy of like um, immaturity, or people that aren't really on your level, and people that kind of stir the pot or play mind games, and it's like you're just not interested. Maybe some of you guys have been like kind of keeping to yourself, not really going out much. I feel like there is someone who's been like trying to talk to you, or this is energy of coming in like kind of unexpectedly. This person will be talking to you, and I don't think that they have bad intentions for you. I feel like there's a past life soulmate for some of you. It's a Cancer. I just feel like don't let the old wounds get in the way of something new that could be really good. Not everyone is that like your ex. Not everyone has the same intentions. Whereas I'm sure a lot of people do want to sleep with you. That's just real life. But at the same time, you don't really know um, what could come in for you as you're walking away from old things. All the new things that come in aren't going to be the same old thing unless you want it to be that way and manifest it in that manner. Next you have Scorpio. Honey, what are the messages for the sign of Scorpio? If you're waiting for some kind of sign from God to let go of this Leo, it's about time, I think. Some of you guys have a lot of maybe missed opportunities in a way, because I think that there's a sense of not making a decision. Um, I think that some of you guys have this plan in your head, like, I want to be married like this. I want the relationship to go like this. I think that there's something here with learning something. There's a situation where you and this person needed to learn, maybe separately. Maybe you and this person needed to process and do things on your own. I think that there's just something kind of decision that was never made. So this is your message to make the decision. I think that some of you guys have genuinely worked on yourself, or if you haven't, that's what you're doing. And I think that there's this new opportunity being offered to you, but it's also important to kind of balance those feelings of, I can do everything myself, I don't need anybody else, but then at the end of the day you do want this relationship and you do want to be married. So it's like, which one do you want? you know um I think that it's really hard for us sometimes to kind of not bite everyone's heads off. I think that people see us as aggressive when they don't know us. We can be really sarcastic, really like cutting and like brutally honest. And a lot of people take that the wrong way, but that's just kind of how we are. So it's just like, maybe be a little bit more friendly, maybe be a little bit more open-minded, go out to coffee, find more things to laugh about and show that goofy side as well as the hardcore side, so everyone can see the true you and not just what everyone assumes. Next we have the sign of Taurus. The messages for the sign of Taurus. Something about massages. Someone likes how you give massages, or you should go get a massage. There's this new opportunity being offered to you guys. I think that there's some kind of communication that's coming in pretty fast. I think that it's important to not be so guarded to things, especially things that trigger your childhood issues. Try to have a more open mind, or a more passive stance when it comes to understanding where other people come from, and like maybe why a certain thing happened the way that it did. I think that some of you guys are still holding on to a situation where you were hurt by someone, and that kind of reflects now into like your situations now. And I think that the whole point of this is spend that time by yourself, get to know yourself and heal, but also don't be so guarded to opportunities, because I think that there's someone who genuinely wants to talk to you. Maybe they don't know how because maybe there was some kind of disagreement or fight, or they feel like you don't understand them, or blah blah blah. I mean, use that charisma to your advantage. I think that you can get through anything that you want to get through just because you have so many gifts. And the main gift that Taurus has is their mouthpiece. So use it to your advantage, but not in a manipulative way, if that makes sense. What are the messages for the sign of Sagittarius? I should say we're on the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is catching feelings for someone, or someone could be catching feelings for you. Some of you guys could have recently gotten in a fight with someone, and the best word of advice: don't go toe to toe with a Sagittarius, especially when it comes to if they know you well enough to know all your secrets. I wouldn't do it. Some of you guys could have been in a scenario where things were just done behind your back. This person, some of you guys could have blocked someone recently, or you will be. This person just stressed you the fuck out and they were shady. And it's like, why would you move that way? Of all the ways that you could move with the Sagittarius, that's not the one way you want to do it. I see you guys moving out of this energy, or you should. There could be some regrets about, I genuinely cared about this person. I really had love for them. I feel like this person wants to text you, or is constantly texting you, or it's just like, you know, um, I feel like you already put up with enough of this. Like, I think that you guys have this character where you're accepting of other people's flaws to a certain extent, but then at the end of the day, that will end this person if they ever try to come for you, because it's like you kind of already let them slide with some things, and you're just like, man, it didn't have to end this way, but at the end of the day, this is what it is, and I'm moving forward. I really don't have shit else to say. I mean, I'm sorry you have these feelings for me, but you're definitely on the block list. There's not going to be a response. There's going to be left on red, regardless of at one point there were these feelings. It's just not there anymore, because of all the ways you could have moved, this is how you moved, and it was the wrong move. So, I don't know. Shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? Capricorn. What are the messages for the sign of Capricorn? As the card falls. Ooh, Ace of Cups. Of course that one would fall. You don't want anybody to know that the strong Capricorn actually has feelings under that exterior. Oh no. Can't show those emotions to this girl. I feel like you see this woman as like really pretty, like almost like innocent in a way. This person could have said something to you, or maybe you'd be like see them somewhere, or there's some type of connection here that was like, it's something that you can't really make sense of in your head. Like, why is this person so familiar? Why am I so comfortable around them? I feel like this is a past life situation for some of you guys. Some of you guys, they remind you of someone you went to school with, or this could be someone you went to school with. I just feel like someone caught feelings in this scenario, and neither one of you guys are ready for this. I think that some of you guys could be moving. Some of you guys could feel like you're like second guessing your own emotions, because like, even though you have them, that's not something that you like to be. You don't like to be in that energy because it's vulnerable, and God forbid you're not completely stone cold stuck in your own stability and working your life away. You know what I mean? Some of you guys have a hard time trusting your intuition, because some of you guys feel like, I feel like everybody's shady. I don't trust this person. What can they do for me? Could this be something good? I don't really know. I feel like you're overthinking it and maybe ruining this in a way for yourself and this person. Maybe there's some outside person energy that's here, but I feel like you've already made a decision about this, and maybe it's time to understand that you're being guided and pushed in a situation or a scenario where that's where you're supposed to be, and you're going to keep getting these messages and signs, and it's going to be like, why do I keep thinking about this, or why does it keep coming up? It's because it's something that you're being guided to do. It's not always going to be logical and make sense, especially in the spiritual world, Cap, and I think some of you guys are finally waking up a little bit. Next, we have the sign of Cancer. What do we have for the sign of Cancer? Some of you guys feel like you give really good advice and you're kind of like a guiding light, but you're also very nosy. um, like you watch like everything around you. Um, I feel like people are thankful to have you in their life. However, maybe you needed to hear that. Some of you guys are like, I don't really know what to do next. Like, what could I do with this scenario? Um, I think the fact of the matter is, there could be this temptation here for you, and then there's opportunity to start something new, but you're like, I don't want to look dumb. And if this person only wants certain things from me, I think the best thing that you could do is just take it slow, you know, and if it ends up that you end up back to where you are now, then what did you really lose? You know what I mean? I think that you could just take it slow and one step at a time, you know, voice your feelings and emotions that you have about this situation, but also don't be too stuck in your ways, because I think that it's important to think about things in a different way, especially if that's what you want for your future and if you want new scenarios to come in instead of reliving the past. And it's okay to make a decision about this and move forward, even though it might be a little scary. Next, we have the sign of Gemini. What are the messages for the sign of Gemini? Some of you guys could be getting a message from a school about something, some kind of letter, or you could be writing a letter to a school. Maybe some of you guys are trying to go back to school. Maybe that's the best plan of action if you're trying to get back into school. There's something about Amazon if you're looking for a certain book. There's all types of things on this World Wide Web. Three of Wands. It's something about communication. So communicating with an ex, with a baby daddy, baby mama. I think you guys are moving forward in the right direction, even though it could be moving away from each other. Something unexpected is going to come up here. I think it's this new energy. I think it's um, taking this opportunity, doing these classes, getting this trade or this certificate or something that you've wanted to do. Maybe it's something to do with a business or a license or something along the lines. I think that you guys know how to balance out things pretty well in your life. Even if you're really stressed out, you're always able to handle it. And I think that that's what you need to understand, you know, and also put the kids to work, put the nieces and nephews to work, whoever's around you, you know. I think it's have a sit down with whoever, go out to coffee, sit down and be like, this is what I want to do, come up with a plan, blah blah blah. Have two different people going towards the same direction instead of one, so you guys are kind of like, we'll meet back at this spot, but these are all the things we need to get done, you know, I'll do this and you do that, and then it'll be kind of evening the playing field and getting it all done, and you know, being honest about what it is that you need and what you want to do. Next we have the sign of Aries. What are the messages for the sign of Aries? Something for you guys too about going back to school for a career that you want. Some of you guys want to be teachers or work in a school district, counselor. I don't know. Whatever the hell. Go back to school. Ask questions if you don't know how to do things. Ask somebody else who's done it already, you know. Go show up to the school and ask people. That's what they're paid for. I think that when it comes to a certain scenario, I think that you guys are really happy. I think that, you know, as long as things are balanced in this situation, it's never going to be too much of a good thing as long as it's evenly distributed throughout your life. So definitely about trusting your intuition. Some of you guys, it is about moving forward in this energy and kind of making the decision. Also communicating, you know, I think that some of you guys are on a break with someone, or someone's really not communicating a whole lot with you right now. I think that this person has a decision to make, whether or not it's two different people, two different locations, someone far away. how you're gonna make this work. I don't really know the whole scenario, but I don't see it ending badly. I just feel like there's some questions here, and maybe it's not going to end up the way that you thought it would originally, but at the back of your mind, I think a part of you knows what it is that you need to do for yourself. And some of you guys talk to your sister when you're really stressed out. I think that it's important to have a loyal person in your corner to kind of bounce ideas off of, but at the same time, keep working on you. Work on what it is that you want to do. Some of you guys, it's like a business where it's like you're baking something or you're working with your hands, you know. I think that you guys are afraid to bring this out in the open because you feel like someone's going to take this idea or run it. Then get the right licenses, get the um, so you own everything, whatever that's called. I can't think of it, but either way, just do some research and do it the right way, and I think it'll be fine. Pisces, what is the message for this time of Pisces? Ace of Cups. You don't want it because in order for this to come in and not just be an idea for you, you have to do some healing. And I think that's kind of hard for some of you guys because there's a lot, like you really want this person, you really want this relationship. And I think that maybe you haven't told this person necessarily because you've had a lot of things going on. But I think that someone could be struggling with their mental health at times, and you feel like you're giving so much of yourself away in certain scenarios. But at the same time, like at the end of the day, like when you think of happiness, you think of this person. This is the person you want to settle down with and have kids with, or bring your kids into a blended situation, or whatever you have going on. Take it slow, you know what I mean? Don't be afraid to start something new, and don't overthink this because that just ruins everything. You're an emotional person. Just tap into that energy and just move forward in that. Just feel the vibes, you know? Some of you guys could be finding out you're pregnant or someone's, I don't know. There's definitely, there's a baby here if y'all keep going down the way you've been going, you know what I mean? And for some of you guys, it's a boy. All right. Last but not least, the sign of Aquarius. What are the messages of the sign of Aquarius? So you guys could be thinking about a water sign, but you feel like you're stuck in this energy. All you do is think about this person. Maybe you overthink this. Part of you wants this person in the worst way, but a part of you just sits and overthinks it. And you're like, I don't really know what this person's thinking because they don't really reveal too much about themselves. I think that there's general like feelings on both sides, like curiosity, crush energy. And I think that you both kind of want the same things. Maybe one of you is more traditional. Maybe one of you is not traditional at all. You know what I mean? Maybe offer to go somewhere with this person, offer to take this person somewhere. I think that you guys are both learning something in this scenario. And I think that if you're wondering if this person wants you too, I think so. But at the same time, this person's been really hurt. So that's why they move the way that they move. It's not that they don't like you or they don't like anyone. I think that this person is so used to vibing alone and doing everything alone, they don't know how to accept anything else. And they don't know how to do those things. So I think that it would have to be, excuse me, it would have to be up to you to make the first move. Go get coffee, you know, do something PG. It'll be okay. I mean, you stalk their social media enough to know, you know, maybe where they live, where they work. Manifest this in the right way, not the wrong way, because not everyone is shady. This person just seems spaced out, like disconnected a little bit. They have a lot of emotions, but they're not the type to be like, oh, I just have all these emotions. No, you're not going to hear that from this person. They do. They're just not like open with it. Maybe you don't know them enough to know why they are kind of standoffish or why they keep to themselves or whatever the case may be. But don't overthink it. Just make the first move. I mean, at the end of the day, what's the worst someone could say is no. Then you know how someone feels and you don't have to fucking think about it all the time anymore. This little app thing is very confusing. Well, if no one has any questions for me, I've pinned my social media, all of my little pay apps, and I still have the same email. If anyone wants to get a hold of me for a personal reading, hope everyone is doing well. I've just been working, and kids, you can hear them in the background, always screaming in my face. Um, I really genuinely have put a lot of time and effort into this YouTube world, but it's not everything that I have going on. So I hope that you guys understand that. But if you ever need to get a hold of me, you can reach out to me. I'm always available. Cassia Hemphill 795 at Gmail. Take care.